Strength and conviction show your worthiness to the Great Serpent. The kill is not as important as showing there is no doubt. I grow tired of speaking. Leave me.
Okay. 4 fights, 120 rotations of the planet.
Now that's where the real money's at.
420? Is this some sort of coordinate? What did we get from the first one? Did we get some numbers there? Second, right. Add infinitum addendum, second, and 4 and 120. So 2, 4, 120. Infinitum addendum. A smart person would be able to figure out what the hell this meant. Everybody else is going to return to Keeper Aquilus. Does this symbol remind you of anything? I mean, it could be some sort of celestial map. The triangle at the center is a fairly common symbol in spiritual and religious systems. But it's also reminding me a little bit of the circles on the doors to the ancient temples we keep finding. And, of course, on the floor of those temples, and indeed in the device that gives the powers. Concentric circles definitely seem to be a theme, both here and on these ancient temples. I'm probably being paranoid, but, you know, Matteo himself would probably say that two things were linked. Perhaps at some spiritual level, wouldn't he? Okay. Let's keep that in mind. Has Matteo gone home?
Oh, you're back. What did you learn? Was there something hidden in their stories, like we thought?
Yes, I just have zero idea. In your story, the Pilgrim contemplates... Alright, let's just start with the top one. The Enlightened story used the words second and 2.
Planets are often named by number. That second might mean the second planet in the system.
Okay.
What else did you learn?
Well, it had... They fought 4 times over 120 days. Could that be a 120-day year cycle? And 4 times. Could that be day and night fighting for supremacy? So it's a planet with a 120-day, you know, standard Earth time orbit, but a 4-day Earth rotation. You know what I mean? Day-night cycle.
If there really is a location the Pilgrim wanted us to find, those do sound awfully like coordinates.
Okay, they're coordinates. Alright, so that's coordinates then. 4 and 120. Alright. That's not very good coordinates, I think. In your story, the Pilgrim contemplates infinitum addendum. That must mean something.
Yes. What he added to infinity. Maybe that points to a name. If we're looking for his resting place, we'd need to know the name of the star system, wouldn't we? Let's see.
Right.
We have something that could be coordinates. Something that could point to a planet in the system.
4, 120.
But what's the name of the system? Infinitum addendum. What if we break down the parts? No systems named finite or add. That just leaves in and dumb. Well, that's certainly how I feel.
You and me both. Indum. That's the name of a star system. Is it? It is. Next planet I find, I'm naming Dum Dum. What do you think? No. I mean, that's funny, but there is a name of a star system. Indum.
Yes, that's it. The second planet in Indum. At 4 and 120. That's where you'll find the Pilgrim's resting place. And from there, maybe you'll find the true meaning of unity. Before you go, you've now spoken to many different perspectives in our universe. In a way, you'll be carrying their philosophies with you on this journey. I know you're looking for a specific unity, but if you had to guess what it was, what interpretation would you give it?
There's something sacred out there bringing together. It's just a word on, and I need to take responsibility for finding it, not pray. Only total conviction will bring us truth. We're being tested. Something sacred? I don't know about sacred. Okay. Only total conviction will bring us truth. We're being tested. This is a bit too high a power for me, I'm afraid. I mean, we are maybe being tested. But I think by some sort of ancient race. Only total conviction. I mean, basically, I suppose what I'm saying there is we
If you
need
have questions, I'm happy to try and answer. But you do have to actually ask first.
Yeah. You're the one that asked a question. I'm thinking about my answer. Do they not teach patience in the priesthood here? Okay, only total conviction is going to get to the bottom of this. We're being tested. We need to find all the artifacts and find this place, this last resting place.
Conviction. Another word for strength. Can the truth not be revealed to the weak? Someone with doubts.
Okay, now, isn't doubt the very opposite of belief? Conviction carries the doubtful to the truth. I won't find answers by doubting every step I make. No, conviction carries doubt. See, I've got a conviction that I want to find the truth. I just doubt I currently know it, you see.
So that's your intention. Your friends, your companions, all of them will be swept along to the answer by the might of your forward momentum? Well, I won't keep you any longer. This has been fun, I have to admit. Go, find your truth.
See, you made it sound really petty. Basically, we're a bunch of people that just want to know. Not for any reason, not for any higher purpose, not because, you know, we want strength or conviction. We want to know. We're convinced there's an answer out there, and we want to find it. Whether it was the answer to a question set by aliens or some higher power, or just a random phenomenon in the universe. We want to know, just to know. Call it enlightenment. We want to be enlightened. We want to know what the hell is going on. That's all. We're overcomplicating it. And that's normally my job. Okay, now Indum, right? Let's first of all go to Indum 2. Those did not sound like very good coordinates. 4, 120. Okay. So Indum is here. How is this 4, 120? Or is the name just Wait a minute, I've got two things going on here. What's going on? Locate a planet with sonorous lithosphere. Yeah, let's put that on a maybe do. Complete survey. Okay, can we just get in and... Indum has got No, I just want to see what other things I've got there. Before we head off to Indum to find the final resting place of the Pilgrim, we need to prepare. Because I have a sneaking suspicion that the Starborn are going to be waiting for us, or at least following us. So we want to upgrade the ship. I think I've figured out why we couldn't upgrade the ship properly. I think I can get it done. Don't ask me how. Don't. It's one of the mysteries of the universe that I will not be explaining, but I think I can do it. I also need to go and speak to Vladimir.
Toward that next technological leap? Then let Ryujin Industries help you get there. Fill out an application today to become part of the most advanced technology corporation in the settled systems.
I tell you what, technological leap. Maybe we should check in on that next ship design for Walter. Maybe we will be able to get some technological edge or a better ship or something. Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility, yeah? I also want to head to the outpost and just sort out things like weapons, etc. Okay, the first thing I need to do is sort out the skill situation. I've got 2 skill points, and I am still working towards ship command. I need 3 for that, and my original plan was 1 in commerce, 1 in persuasion, and 1 in scavenging. Commerce, I'm definitely taking. In fact, you know what? I'm taking that now because I will be upgrading the ship. So, and that's about the most expensive thing I'm going to be buying, so that'll be useful immediately. I need to wait until I've done a bit more persuasion before I can take that one. But scavenging, honestly, I feel like rank 4 is a complete waste of time. Tracked resources will get highlighted when using the hand scanner. Thing is, I can't track individual resources. I have to track them through a recipe, something like on research. But they usually come with a ton of stuff I've got loads of, so I don't want to track everything. You know, like I might want to track, well, all those. This one, for example, I might want to track adhesive, but I don't want to track zero wire. I can make that, and I make it with iron and aluminium. The last thing I need to be doing is constantly picking up zero wire because I think it's important, and then dropping it when I realise it's just bloody heavy. So, I'm thinking...
Hey, what's going on?
I'm just... You don't want to know, trust me, it's a bit of a disaster at the moment. I'm thinking something else, but there's nothing else here I really want. I mean, leadership, maybe. Take that in honour of Sarah. I mean, companions gain affinity to... I mean, that could be vaguely useful, I suppose. Or outpost management gives me extra cargo links. Honestly, whilst we've got a base set up here, I've still got 1 cargo link that's not even being used, so I don't think that's going to be useful. I think it is going to be leadership. However, until we get persuasion a little further along, I don't think there's any point. I kind of want to keep working towards aneutronic fusion as well. Just the problem with trying to work towards too many things. Spacesuit design, I still need to do a bit more crafting on anyway. Weapon engineering, though, I've met that... You know what? Let's do that. I'm pretty sure I've got... Yeah, I'll have another point soon anyway. This means I can now... whoa. Before I do that, let's... Okay, this is probably going to sound really bad. Let's take some... drugs. Yep, that sounded bad. Definitely sounded bad. Where was it? It's Synapse Alpha. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, and that sudden rush didn't make me feel any less reckless. Okay. Weaponry. Grip and stock mods. Slug shots. A lot more damage and a lot more accurate. I'm liking that.
The stock versions are never quite what you want, are they?
Very true. Yeah, next rank I can get armor piercing on this, and I think that will be very useful. But I'm going to use the large magazine. It's going to be slightly slower to aim down sights and reload, but I'm kind of liking this weapon. It's very accurate and does a solid amount of damage.
Ugh. My sympathies to whomever faces that when you're done.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, I think that's basically it. Got a few improvements here and there. Oh yeah, 40 rounds. I'm liking that. That is an improvement, actually. Some overall stability and accuracy improvements, which is nice. Cool skin for this. White hot rounds. This will set enemies on fire, which really is a sick and twisted thing to do if you think about it, but I'm okay with that if it's Starborn. And this thing now does... I'm sorry, I should not be pointing this. Way more damage. This, I fear, is going to be exceptionally useful. Okay, right. I don't feel like I need sleep. When was the last time we slept? Actually, we probably could do with an hour or two. Let's first of all go and see Vladimir in the eye. Just check in on him. Yeah. Hi. And see if he's got any other locations of powers for us. We did have one. Oh God, I'm gonna completely forget where it was.
Hello, Captain.
I already have. Hi. Yeah, we need more crew on this ship. I see this ship filled with other explorers just like me. In Vasco. The HUD ornament.
Time to join the stars.
Okay.
Star Station LO868. You need the eye?
Well, it's just good to hear you when I hail. Still a little shaken by that, so... Forgive me if I'm knocking politely for the near future. It's just good to hear your voice.
Whew. Always a satisfying moment to return to your ship.
The eye sustained
It is.
damage in the Starborn attack, not all of which can be repaired.
Really? Sorry, Vladimir. I just know I'm going to need that. I bought some others. Let's have a look. How many have I got? I've got 7 med packs and 6 trauma packs, but I'm going to need a lot more, I fear. There he is.
Never minded the solitude before, but chasing more ghosts than usual. Every noise seems to set the blood running.
Yeah.
The spanner's torque is what the eye needs now. We'll fix her good as new.
Okay, I've actually got some survey data for you, but before I do that, do you have any other, you know, artifact temples?
The eye's showing signs over another one of those big anomalies. Here, catch a smile.
Right. You know, I should... Eridani 7... Is that the one I discovered before? It might be, but at least you've pinpointed it now, and I can... Yeah, I found a few, but usually what happens is I get attacked by Starborn, I bug out of there and then
The
forget.
spanner's torque is what the eye needs now.
Yeah.
We'll fix her good as new.
Okay. I've got some survey
Let's
data for you.
deal.
Let's have a look. What have I got? I've got a lot of stuff for you. Look at this. Look at this. I'm gonna need all the money I can get. I'm about to go and upgrade the ship. We need to be able to handle Starborn when they come a-calling. And let's face it, they're going to come a-calling. How is Vasco not getting knocked off?
Please maintain your current course while we scan your ship.
Yep. Could you scan my robot for me? Tell me if you think there's a problem.
You're cleared for landing at Aquila City.
Because he's a bit of a lunatic.
I would not mind stopping at the Laredo storefront. I appreciate their craftsmanship.
Well, that's good, because basically you guys are going to have to clear off the ship. We're going to be putting the hopper into sort of a think of it as being in dry dock, yeah? So you guys get a little time
Anything
off.
I can help you with? Got
Yes.
anything you need to offload? Trade Authority is always buying. Kiosk right here for you.
I need to modify
Okay,
my
no
ships.
problem.
However, I think I know what the problem was last time with us not being able to fit those engines. I don't think you can do it on the landing pad. So what we're going to do is we're going to switch back to the frontier. Yeah. We're just going to the Old Faithful, and now that the hopper is in sort of a dry dock, now
You should inspect your ship for heat leeches every couple landings.
Right,
They'll cause
but
plenty of havoc if
right
okay,
now,
no problem.
what we're going to do is we are going to upgrade this. I like that. I definitely like the look of these structural pieces. Looks a lot sleeker. 2 engines is enough to give me 100 mobility. I've got a slight drop in top speed, unfortunately, but I don't think it's going to affect me that much. I could even add some more cargo bays, but the mobility will go down if I don't add a 3rd engine. But honestly, I just don't feel I need that. This has saved me a huge amount of power, which I can now put on weapons. So I've just gone completely nuts with the particle beam weaponry. I've got 4 of them. That is a huge damage boost, and they are very long-range weapons. I've replaced the EM weapons with slightly better ones, and I've doubled them. So the actual damage for this is per weapon more than the one I was using, but also uses 1 power less, so it's only a 2 power increase on what I used to have, but well over twice the damage. So if I want to disable ships, I can still do that. I'm keeping the missile. I'd sort of like to try a turret, but they don't have turrets here. I'm sure I'll find some somewhere else. That is definitely cheaper than it would have been had I not taken the skill. It's still expensive. It's going to leave me a little shorter, but I'll have 200,000 left for upgrades if we get more. And I could, of course, get 2 more engines for this. That will probably break the bank. Okay then. So that is the new ship. Oh, and we've replaced the shield as well. The shield is slightly better and is now on top rather than sticking out the side, which I think actually looks quite a lot better. The ship has a lot more firepower now. Basically double the firepower. It's more mobile, so it should be more survivable. Definitely is now. We are still heading to Walter's R&D department to help them out. See what they come up with, because maybe it could be useful for us. Yeah? Oh, I tell you what, let's get a little sleep before we do that. It's been a long day.
Ready for takeoff in 3, 2, 1, go!
Definitely liking the look of it. It's beginning to look a bit more like a gunship, though.
Orbital
Although
insertion done. Time to
that's
dance
probably
among the stars.
because it's definitely a gunship now. Alright, let's... Okay, that's... I mean, I can actually have 4 on the EM plus full power to the other 2 weapons. This thing is absolutely a monster. Alright, let's have a look at this. Maximum speed without boosting is now We got Sam on board, so it's 200. It's not bad. It's not bad. We're boosting. See what we get to. 500. Okay, and turning. Okay, it's not bad. It's a little faster. I mean, I was pretty mobile anyway, 80 something. But it is a little more mobile now. Especially if we use the thrusters. Oh, okay.
Well, I'm okay.
I assumed he was not speaking to me.
Better if...
She's gonna ask for something.
Let me guess, you'd be a lot better if you had a bigger book allowance.
You know me so well, Dad. So,
yes.
What do you say?
Standard kid negotiation tactics. Right. So, let's have a... Now that we do, actually, we had a power from... Acquire the power on Eridani 7C. Let's just double check where that is. Yes, we've been there. I remember this. We might want to get as many powers as possible as well before we start running into them. It's all the way over there. Right, no, we're heading to Narian. Yes, we are. Let's head there, and he wants us to go to the Stroud-Eklund Star Yard. Alright. Oh, still going to need a bit of power, so I'll take it from the EM weapons. Actually, we don't need that much power. I mean, the EM weapons, even with only 3 power, do more electromagnetic damage.
Travis back down. Jumps was butter.
Okay. Nice. Right.
Unknown vessel, welcome to Stroud-Eklund. You are clear to board.
Okay. Not my first time being here, but let's try not to scratch the station or the ship. Not saying I would, but, you know, I don't want to scratch my own ship, and I don't want to upset Walter. Because I'm sure he would be pretty upset if I crashed into his space station and destroyed it. I mean, he's rich and everything, but that's probably just, you know...
Talking integrity, 100%. Good to go, Cap.
Excellent, right.
Will we be taking off immediately, or are there other matters that require your attention?
We're coming here to help Walter's R&D department.
I am satisfied to see that you survived your most
Okay, thank you, Vasco.
cycle.
They're working on a new ship, and I'm thinking maybe that could help us out.
If you need
hello.
anything, just ask. Nice to see you again. How can I help?
No,
Thanks for
sorry.
visiting Stroud-Eklund.
Who was I supposed to be speaking to? Find Jules. Gotta find someone called Jules in R&D.
Something else. Walter is quite proud of what his company has accomplished, and for good reason.
Yeah.
You're asking for technology that doesn't even exist, Frank. I'm good at what I do, but you're mental if you think I can pull off what you're asking. Tried and true is what we should focus on.
Tried and true is so dull, though. I like Frank's design, but maybe we could pivot it to more of a research vessel? Something suited for deep space exploration.
That's a great suggestion, but you know what? We haven't heard from Nev yet. Maybe she has some marketing insights. Okay, but what if... Sorry, hear me out. What if we went for the family recreation demo instead? It's a much bigger market than Explorers, and no one else is doing it.
Oh, seriously?
That's a little different than I think we were all expecting, but a really
Very
good
much
point.
so.
I also worry that would limit us creatively.
Hey, back up. Nev's got a point. It's something we could easily build. And I'm sure the number crunchers could make it turn a tidy profit.
Thank you.
But I do think a solid, no-frills ship with a large cargo capacity would be even more practical and doable, given our time frame.
Look, everyone, we need to come together if we're to succeed. Let's change direction and do a little thought exercise. Okay, fine. Maybe we should all just go back and develop our ideas some more before Walter's consultant, friend, whatever they are, gets here. The decision's apparently out of our hands anyway.
Right, yeah, I already arrived. I was hoping for something a little more, I don't know, cutting edge. You know, I'm not saying dangerous exactly, but shall we say useful in a hostile galaxy.
Hello.
Okay, so you're the project lead, right? You are the project lead.
It means I'm responsible for making sure our projects are carried through to completion. I'm not the one calling all the shots per se, but I do need to ensure the people making those calls are empowered to do that within the limits the executive set for us.
Right. And you've been leading the R&D team for long?
It might surprise you to hear that no, I have not. This is actually the first project I've led for Stroud-Eklund.
Okay.
I recently graduated with a master's degree in engineering management. I'm actually kind of surprised they hired me. But I was at the top of my class, so maybe they didn't want to lose me to some other star yard. Anyway, I'm grateful for the chance to do good work here.
Okay, well, I'm thinking Walter wants something different anyway, so maybe new face is exactly what he was looking for. I'm here to speak to you about the new ship project.
You must be Walter's colleague.
Correct.
He informed me that you'd be taking charge of Project Kepler despite the fact that we have a fully dedicated R&D staff already assigned to it. But that's okay. I'm sure that even though you have virtually no experience with this, you'll do a great job.
Oh, I'm definitely sensing the passive aggression. I'll be honest, I've still no idea why Walter trusts me to do this. I do. He wants a ship captain's perspective. Okay? But I understand you snark, so I'm not gonna give you any grief for it. It must suck. It must suck when you get someone like me coming in and calling all the shots. But so you know what? Let's try and get off on a good footing. I'm gonna give it my best shot.
Well, I hope your enthusiasm counts for something. Anyway, let's get to it.
Okay.
We shall see.
As you probably know, we're tasked
fired.
with coming up with Stroud-Eklund's next hit starship.
Right.
But we have budget concerns, market research to finish, and we can't seem to agree on a design. So I guess Walter sent you to resolve these issues.
Right.
Have at it.
Will do. I think I understand. I'm ready. Yeah. Stand back and I'll teach you. Okay. Could you tell me a little bit about the team?
Sure. I'm Jules, R&D project lead. Was the one making all the big decisions. I suppose I just coordinate now. You already heard from Frank. He's lead designer on the project, focused on the look and feel of the ships. There's Ella, another senior designer. She focuses on some of the more technical designs of ships. Went to school with Frank. Mike is our senior engineer, responsible for consulting on all the technical bits, the machinery, the computer systems, etc. And then there's Nev. She's here for marketing. It's her job to weigh in and sell this thing to consumers.
Walter probably should have mentioned that I don't care if this sells to consumers. Actually, Walter probably doesn't realize. Walter could end up very mad at me. Don't care. I think, considering what happened recently, I don't think he'll mind if I use his resources to, shall we say, further our cause. What's so hard about choosing what kind of ship to build?
There are a lot of factors to consider. Who is our market and what do they want in a ship?
Me.
Which components are we putting into it? How fast should it go? How much cargo capacity should it have? What color should it be? We need to decide every little detail.
I'm not going with this. I think I understand. I'm ready.
Okay, good. So, before we can do anything, we need to resolve the budget issue.
There is no issue.
We were charged with building the newest, hottest ship on the market, which won't be possible unless we petition the board for more money.
All the money.
So we have two new budget proposals. One will allow us to build what I consider to be a very sensible ship, but we'll have to make some tough design cuts. The other will allow us much more flexibility to put whatever we want into the ship. It's what I call the kitchen sink proposal. I don't love it, but it'll be next to impossible to approve. What should we go with?
Kitchen sink! Why can't we use the original budget you were given? What kind of... Okay. Why can't you use the original budget that you were given?
I'd love to, seriously. It would be a huge win for us if we came in under or at that budget. But none of the viable designs for this project can be made for that amount.
That's okay.
I've already rejected that budget, so I have to go to the board regardless. And since you're now responsible for the major decisions, which budget proposal we go with falls on you.
Awesome. What kind of cuts would you have to make for the sensible design budget? Sensible. We're not going for sensible.
It's more that we can only choose certain design elements at the expense of others. In other words, if we go with something in Mike's design, there's not enough money in the budget for what Ella wants.
We love
It's
Ella.
one of the reasons we haven't been able to agree on anything.
Is Mike the one across the table that I've just fired? I don't know if I've got the power to do that, but I did not like the way he said hi. What's wrong with the kitchen sink budget? Wouldn't everyone get what they want, apart from the people, you know, spending the money?
While it's true we'd be able to afford to put anything and everything into that design, it's just not practical, and the board will put more pressure on us to see that it succeeds. I worry that without constraints, my team will be disincentivized to focus this ship in any given direction, and they'll try to cram in everything but the kitchen sink, hence the name. Who knows what kind of monstrosity we'd create if we tried to incorporate all of our designs? And would something that expensive actually sell?
You make a good point. Why can't we have the kitchen sink in with the kitchen sink proposal, though? You're saying it's everything but the kitchen sink? I'm thinking everything including the kitchen sink. No, seriously, we want a larger budget. I want everything. I want this ship to be brilliant. The best of the best of the best of the best. I will buy one. Probably, eventually. It might take a while. I'll have to save up a little. But no, we're going with the kitchen sink proposal.
I was afraid you'd say that.
I knew you were.
I'm the one who has to go to the board with this proposal, so before I can convince them this is going to be worth it, you're going to need to convince me.
Okay, I can do that. We need to go big or go home. I know how we can sell this idea to the board.
Well, I'm all ears because it's going to take a miracle to convince them.
Okay. If I know Walter, he just wants this done. He doesn't care about the cost, and I do know Walter.
Walter's only one board member. It may not be enough to convince them all.
Look, I know you're a brilliant leader because you listen to other people's ideas.
Well, there's always room for personal improvement, I suppose.
And we don't need to use the entire budget. This just gives us plenty of options.
I hadn't considered it that way. It gives us some wiggle room if we need to try some things, and if we come in way under budget, it'll look good.
Exactly. Also, this is a good... Right, is there any way to get past? I know there's a way to get past this. No. This would prove how capable you are at leading the project, yeah? Make a good first impression.
Maybe listening to you could prove to the higher-ups that I'm more capable than they think.
Exactly.
Okay, I think you made some good points. I'll go to the board with the kitchen sink proposal and get that approved.
Awesome.
Well, Jules, it seems you have your work cut out for you.
Great, that's one problem solved. I'll go forward with that budget proposal and we can move on. Next, we need to gather some market data. The best way to do this is to outfit your ship with some sensors and take it through some real-world scenarios so we can make more informed design decisions.
You're going to put sensors on my... Okay, why me? Aren't there better ways of... No, this is precisely why I was sent. This is precisely why I was sent. This is exactly what I'm here for, really. Okay, that sounds good. Tell me what I need to do.
Great! Just pick up a mission or two at the mission board and proceed like you normally would.
Oh.
We'll collect the data when you return. If you take on a variety of missions, we can build a ship to handle a variety of scenarios. But if you just fly one mission, we can build a more focused ship. It's up to you. In the meantime, you might also want to talk with the team, get to know them, give feedback on their proposals, etc. Good luck out there.
So what you're saying is if I pick something where... a mission where we go off and shoot somebody, you'll build me a ship that helps me shoot somebody. I like your thinking. Alright. Let's start at this end.
Something else.
Hello. Oh, you're Mike, are you?
I'm wondering if we need another chef in the kitchen. Then again, I hear Walter brought you in to finally make a decision around here.
Glad you found me. Sounds like you have an issue with me. Has that been a problem?
Well, how do I put this? My co-workers are smart people. But between you and me, they're in way over their head with this project. Jules especially. She's new at being a project lead and has insisted we design by committee, so everyone's voice is heard. Admirable. But no one could agree on anything, and we're running significantly behind because of it.
All right. Sounds like you have an issue with me. Not really. He's just cranky because nothing's getting done. Well, I'm glad to be of service because that's what I've come to do. Move you all along.
Good. Just so long as you don't push us to make anything too nutty. I think your decisiveness will put us back on the right track.
Yeah, I got bad news for you.
I think my plan will get us where we need to be as quickly and efficiently as possible. It's simple, no frills, and most importantly, won't cause me any major headaches on the engineering side.
That's the least important thing. You're really selling it with that unenthusiastic pitch. Sounds like this project is hard on the engineers. Why is that? I should be using my precognition. I should have used it when doing the convince.
All the creative minds around here are so concerned with designing the most innovative and fancy ships possible. They never stop to think about the kind of work it takes to do that in a reasonable time frame. Yes, we're engineers.
I hear you.
Our job is to make the bloody impossible possible. But that doesn't mean it's easy or practical. That and there's never enough of us to go around.
I hear you. I do. I hear you. Okay, but first, what can you tell me about your role here?
Couldn't figure it out from the engineering talk?
Well,
I'm an engineer,
yeah, I just
mate.
want you to
It
give
means
me...
I'm the one who's got to put together all these plans and actually make the bloody ship fly. Been doing it for going on 25 years at various star yards. They still haven't realized this place would fall apart if not for me. Instead of letting me get to my work, they keep giving me fancy new titles and got me tied up in endless meetings like this one.
All right, now, you know what? You're really selling it with that unenthusiastic pitch. Okay, now, I hear you. I do hear you. Tell me about your plan.
It's truth, and we need it. The others believe we need to think big and innovate. Reality
I'm with them, though.
We just need to do what we do better than anyone else. So I'm thinking, there's loads of fighters. No sense in mucking about with that again. And we've already got one of the best luxury liners in the biz. What figure is, the cargo running business is booming, and no one's quite built a personal craft like that to serve the working class folk. Nothing fancy, no frills. Just a simple, sturdy, inexpensive ship with cargo room up the wazoo and make it so easy my cousin's little moppet could fly it.
Yeah. Of all the proposals we've got, that's certainly one of them.
Sure. Don't take the advice of someone who's been doing this since all these jokers were in nappies. Thanks, I guess.
Yeah, you gotta be working on your pitch, mate. That was not what I wanted to hear. So, you're kind of like the lead engineer. I got that. What do you think of Stroud-Eklund?
I assume you mean the company and not the people. Because even if I didn't already think so, I'd tell you that both Walter and Issa are great. The company is still kind of young as far as star yards go, but it seems to be going in the right direction. Despite what it may look like. I've been doing this for a while at other star yards, and so far, we're avoiding a lot of the mistakes some of the older corps have made.
Okay.
Have you seen
You don't like being involved in research and development, though?
Nope. Not really. I like to think I don't have the ego for it. I've got nothing to prove, and I don't rightly care to make my mark on the industry. All I want to do is build the best damn starships I can, not get bogged down with all the excess particulars. But upper management loves the work I do, and they wouldn't let me say no to this. I guess they needed someone to keep everyone's heads out of the clouds, so here I am.
All right, you know what? That's you're bringing me back on your side. Someone needs to do that, and thank you for doing that. I feel like
We're all super glad you're here, right, everyone? Well, we are.
Yeah. Even you don't believe that.